Hello everyone, welcome back to the next video. In this video I will show you how you can speed up or slow down a video in Android for Expo React Native using Media3 transformer. So let's get started. Now I have already made a video about this, but in that previous video what we need to do was change the audio separately and change the video separately. So if it was a very long video, the audio and video might go out of sync, but in this particular tutorial we don't have to do that because from Media3 1.9.0 that issue is resolved for us. So I'll quickly show you guys the output. So here I'm just running my application. I'll just mirror my device, give me a second. Also, there is no third-party library available at the time of me recording this, so we need to write native code for this. So here you can see I have a pick video button. I'll just click on it and it opens the video picker for me. So I'll just select the last video, which is 15 seconds long. So this is the 15 seconds long video. So here firstly it is displaying progress bar. I'll talk more about it later on. But as soon as it done, the app crashes. Now I'll talk more about the crash later on, but if I open the app again, if I click on pick video, here you can see the first video is saved from our previous operation. So I'm speeding up the video twice the like by 2 times, so that's why the length of the video is almost around 7 seconds because the original video was 5 seconds long. So hopefully you got the point. Now why did it crash? The reason being I'm using Media3 transformer. Now for playing the video I'm using React Native video, which also uses Media3, but the version of React Native video Media3 which is using and the one which I am using does not match. That's why it crashes, and I'll just show you the error. So this is the error which we get over here. Okay, now unfortunately I can't like lower down the version of Media3 because this particular feature of speeding up and slowing down the video is supported from Media3 1.9.0, which is the latest at the time of me recording this video. So you'll either have to wait for React Native video to update its dependency, or maybe you can embed Expo player directly to play a video. So the choice is up to you. I'm not going into embedding Expo player for this particular tutorial, otherwise it will get unnecessarily complex, but hopefully this issue gets resolved. So yeah, let's get started on how to achieve this. So first you need to create an Expo React Native application. Just run this particular command. There are different types of template available. If you want, you can go to this particular URL. So this is just a cheat sheet which I have created. So just run this particular command and it will ask you for a project name, so give it some project name. Once you create this project and npm installed, like node modules dependencies are installed as well, then you need to go to this URL over here. So we need to do some setup for writing native code. So first select Android device over here. Here you need to select development build. I have disabled ES because I am building it locally. Select your own operating system. I am on macOS. So I have already done all the setup, so I'll quickly go through. I have already installed Watchman. I have already installed this Zulu. I have set the Java home path. You need to install Android Studio. You need to do all these setups which have been defined in this particular screenshots. Then set this particular path as well. Run this particular command as well. And once you do that, then you need to inside your terminal you need to cd to your location where your Expo project is located. So cd into inside the Expo project and just run this particular command. Once you run this, it will install few dependencies, and then you need to run this particular command. So once you run this command, it will create an Android folder for you inside your project. So you should see this Android folder being created over here. You don't need to run the application now, we'll run it later on. It asks you to run your application on your emulator as well. You don't need to run it now. Okay, once that is done, you can just open this. Next we need to go to this particular tab because we need to create a native module as well. So this is pretty simple. You just need to run this particular command inside your Expo React Native application. It will ask you a few questions like what should be the module name and everything. I have kept everything as default, so just press enter 3 times and that's it. It will create a module for you. So just to let you know how the module looks like, so here you can see this modules folder should be created, and here you should have my module or whatever name you have given. Okay, once that is done, then you need to go to modules, my modules, go to src my modules.ts, and here by default all this code is present. I have just added this particular method called apply effect, which takes a value of the value is basically the path of the video which we have selected, and the speed, whether you want to slow down or speed up the video. Okay, now once the transformation is done, we also need to send the URI of the transform video back to Expo React Native side, right? So for that I am using this default change on change event payload. So again, this code was present by default. I have not touched any of this. So with the help of this, you can easily keep an eye on whenever the native side sends the path to React Native side. Okay, so let's come. So once this is done, you can just go to package.json. I have installed Expo image picker for picking video and React Native video for playing the video. Unfortunately, I'm getting the crash, that's why I'm not able to play the video. But the video is saved to external storage, so if you want, you can just go to external storage and play the video as well. So the problem is with React Native video, the problem is not with my code. So next, go to app.tsx, and here firstly you need to copy paste all these particular imports. Then I have defined one state for video URL and one state for progress. And here you can see, okay, so one more thing which I have defined is, here I have defined this progress colon string, because progress will need to transmit continuously, right? So we can't just have one value. That's why we are assigned it with this payload. So this value will contain the path of the transform video. The progress will contain the numbers which you saw when I picked a video, right? So if you want to display a progress bar based on that, you can do that. In the progress bar you saw two values. I'll talk more about that later on. So here you can see we are constantly listening for progress, and I am updating the state, and this is for once you get the path of the transform video which is saved to external storage. Okay, and here we are removing our subscription. Here you can see I have defined a button, and on click of it we just launch image picker, picking videos only. Once the video is picked, here you can see I'm calling apply effect, passing the URL of the selected video, and here instead of 2 you can pass whatever number you feel like 0.5 if you want to slow down the video. And then once the video URI is not equal to empty, we just play the video over here. Here we are displaying the progress bar. Okay, and these are all the styles for it. Then let's move this down. Okay, wait. So here you need to go to the Android folder, go to build.gradle, and here inside dependency you need to add this Media3 effect, Media3 transformer, Media3 common, and the app compat dependency. Make sure you are at least using 1.9.0, which is the latest at the time of me recording this video. Okay, then go to src main java expo modules, my module, go to my module.kt, and firstly again you need to copy paste all these imports which are there. I'll simply scroll through this. Feel free to pause the video and copy all these imports. Then here we have added this at the rate unstable API. Sorry, the reason being, even though the libraries are stable, the APIs are still marked as unstable. I don't know why, but unfortunately we have to add this. Hopefully you don't need this in future version of Media3. Then here I am also extending transformer.listener. With the help of this we are able to override two methods, on completed as well as on error. I'll talk more about it later on. Then here we have file name, file path, handler, and progress holder. The file name, file path for saving the file, and handler and progress holder for the actual progress of transformation. Here we get hold of our context as well as activity as well. Then this code is present by default. I have not changed any of this. So simply scroll down. Here you can see after this particular view I have defined our method called apply effect, which takes the value as well as the speed. Then on a main core routine, I'm just creating a transformer. I'm defining our input media item. Then here we are defining the speed provider, which is from the Media3 library, and here we pass our actual speed from React Native side to native Android side. Then here we call edited media item, and here we set the speed. If you want to pass some effects as well, like I have made a ton of videos on how to apply various kind of effects to a video. So if you want to pass any effects, you can use this. I have commented it for now. Then here we create an external file. Here we start the transformation, and here we track the progress state as well. So here you can see that we get the actual progress state. So now there are two values which I am sending, progress state as well as the actual progress. So the progress state can be either 0, 1 and 2. So you might have seen the value as 2. So 1 and 2 means the video is still in the phase of transformation, and 0 means the video has finished processing. Now progress holder dot progress value will be from 0 to 100, but it's not always guaranteed that it will reach till 100. Sometimes it gets stuck at 95, but with the help of progress date you can know whether the video has finished processing or not. So in case if you are displaying a progress bar, you can stop displaying it and display your video. There is this on completed callback as well, which you can use. Here I have added 500 milliseconds delay. This is the code for creating external file, okay, and this is the code for saving the file to external storage. Even I have copied it from Stack Overflow, so I'll simply scroll through this. Feel free to pause the video and copy this code. Then here is the on completed callback. So here once the video has been saved to external storage, we send it back to Expo React Native side, and in case of error I'm just displaying a toast message. So yeah, that's all there is to it. If you have any questions, do let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching. Bye.